Hey free-to-play gang, welcome back to another video. So I have tried using Everett in some point war and I haven't touched him in RTA just yet, but we're going to take a look at that today. So I'm going to give you my opinions about him and where I think he excels in. And now I think most of you guys are quite curious to see how he functions in PvP cases. So for example, point war and RTA like I talked about. So here is the setup that I'm running with him. He is currently on quite a lot of crit damage here with a lot of HP as well. And importantly, as much crit rate as I can master. And here are his skills, right? Exonerating Strike. Attacks one enemy, deals damage equal to a percentage of his HP with a 70% chance of stunning the enemy for one turn. And here's the next skill, Valhalla Guardian. Attacks one enemy twice, deals damage equal to up to 5% of his own max HP with a 50% chance of inflicting miss rate up for 2 turns. Well, this goes up to 60% at least. And then you restore HP equals to 30% of the damage that you dealt, which means that in order for you to heal more, you need to do more damage, which means it's possibly the better idea to just run him a little bit more offensively. Now, this is the important part. Reduces the chance of taking a critical hit by 40%. And when taking a non-critical hit, there is a 30% chance to counter-attack with this ability. And when taking a critical hit, you have a 100% chance to counter-attack, which means that ideally you should receive crits. And that also means that you need to be super tanky. And finally, here is Valkyrie's Glory. Attacks one enemy 3 times, deals damage equal to 6% of his max HP, with a 50% chance of taunting the enemy for 2 turns. Now, while this ability is on cooldown, Everett's allies, just his allies, not himself, take 20% less damage. So here's the Relic set that I'm running him with for this video. So I have quite a few other sets as well. I have the Zeus set and I also have the Hades set. But I do feel like the Thor set works the best. So the more damage you deal, the more HP you're going to heal as well, which kind of makes up for the fact that you're going to go for a healing path with Hades. So essentially the way that I decided to build him is just crit damage, HP, and as much HP, as much crit rate, and as much accuracy as I can master at the same time. But obviously a little bit more speed would be helpful. So finally, let's take a look at his Ascensions. So he starts off with flat defense, flat HP, 10% HP, 7 speed, and 25% crit damage. As for the resonances, I think most people can agree that the Field of Thorns is probably going to be the best bet for him because he counterattacks a lot. But for the HP path, this is where some people kind of like diverge a little bit. So some people might want to have hasty action, whereas some of you guys might want to have self-sacrifice. But like I said in a previous video, I don't think I want to go for self-sacrifice because with 50,000 HP, this is only going to help me deal an additional 1,250 damage, which is really not much. But the setback is that I'm going to be losing 5% of my HP every single time that I attack, which also includes my counter-attacks. Alright, so let's take a look at some point war, and before we actually start the point war, I want to show you what a typical speed cleave looks like before we talk about a team that revolves around Everett, for example. So this is a very typical speed cleave that I always use. It is my auto team. So I start off with an attack buff, I remove all the immunity, remove everything, then deal all the damage, and that's basically it. Yeah, that's it, done. So in most cases, a speed cleave is probably going to be superior to a tanky team, which means that if you're going to be running a team with Everett and your basis is going to be something tanky, then you should be prepared that at least for now, the meta is not steered towards defensive comps. You might have a harder time, but with that said, I want to see whether can we actually beat some of the speedy teams out there with a tanky team. Now, I'm going to skip these two guys because number one, Kovian has the Cecilia combo over here, which I'm just trying to avoid right now. And Piglet is just a little bit too strong. I think Piglet is one of the stronger players in Honor server. But hey, you know what? Let's just do it, right? Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of these Espers, or rather most of them. I think I'm going to keep my Tricky here. So I'm going to use Immunity Espers, I'm going to use Clara as well, I'm going to use Height. Now from my experience thus far, I do realize that one of Everett's main weaknesses is being controlled. So if he's stunned, frozen, petrified, whatever, that's going to set him back a lot because he then just becomes a HP shield and that's about it. So I do feel like immunity is quite important and fast Espers like Clara or Gabrielle is going to be quite essential. But let me just show you my speed, right? So my Clara is only at 258, my Gabrielle is like 240 something, yeah, 246. So I am definitely going to be outsped by this crew over here. But with that said, we might still have something going on. Actually, you know what? I might just do without my Tricky. Yeah, let me just remove my Tricky over here for a sec. Okay, I think I'm going to throw in my Ahmed just for a little bit more healing. And let's just see how this works. I know this is extremely pay to win, right? But the reality is most defensive comps are extremely pay to win. So let's just see how this works. I'm actually quite curious because I've never actually tested this specific team. And let's turn off the auto over here for a sec. Let's see whether we can even survive. Because like I said, Piglet is a very strong player. Okay, so we're doing decent damage. We did like 10k on our counters, which is fine. And here's where we find out whether we die or not. Okay, good. Nice, nice. Wow. 83,000, dude. Holy shit. Okay, so there goes both of our immunity Espers. But can we even make a comeback from here? That's all I care about. Okay, finally it's our turn. Let's go for a big heal. Nice, 44 stacks. So this team definitely needs to be a little bit faster. So my Hyde and my Everett, they need to move a little bit faster as well, because this is just terrible, right? We are not even taking a turn at all. Okay, so let's do this. Let's just take out, I think we can take out the Odette in one hit. Sorry, Odette. I mean the Ophelia. 22,000 damage, dude. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, and then let's just do this. Holy shit, we're actually winning. What the hell? Freaking hell, we're actually doing this. Piglet is an opponent that I have never beaten before because she just outspeeds me all the time. All the time. It does seem like we can do this with a tanky setup. Nice. Okay, victory number 1. I didn't even expect us to win for this round. Things could be a little bit more tricky if we encounter an Ollie team. So we're gonna skip Kovian for a sec, right? Are there any Ollie teams here? None? Okay, let's just move on. Okay, Tamaki, right? Okay, Ollie team here. Let's just see how this works. Holy crap, he's running my setup. Except that I'm using a TN instead of an Ollie. Okay, this is gonna hurt a little bit. Actually, it's gonna be so painful. Yeah, we are already like partially dying. And as you can see here, my Clara is stunned, so we are screwed. Kinda. We revived. Okay, our Hyde is gone. So yeah, this team is super dangerous. Any team with an Ashley is incredibly overpowered. But you see, now that we are controlled, we are screwed. Because now we can't do shit. So we lose maybe because of Ashley, right? We are trying to figure out what are some of the teams that we are weak against so that we can avoid it. So we're just going to blow immediately, right? But let's just see whether Ashley is the problem. Actually, this is a good setup, right? Because Clara is a little bit faster than Dahlia. So this is actually not bad. I might actually do this. I might actually replace my Dahlia with a Clara. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think Ashley sucks for us. And the reason for that is because she reduces our AP, that's one, and she does a lot of damage. Okay, we have immunity now, which might work out well for us. We counter attack, we heal a little bit. Stun something. Oh wow, we got some good stuns. Okay, but it didn't really matter at all. So, Gaia's OP. I am not sure whether we can even handle a JJ team. We might if we can survive his attack. So let's just find out. So it does seem like maybe Ollie's could be a problem, even though we didn't really see Ollie being too much of a problem for us, but because of the fact that Ollie protects his allies, that sucks a lot. Okay, we get some big heals here. Drop an immunity buff. Very good. Attack debuff everywhere, which is nice. So I think right now I'm trying to avoid teams with Ashley, and I'm probably going to avoid teams with Ollie. Okay, let's get rid of the Gaius. Uh-oh, our Hyde is going to die. Yeah, we're not going to survive this at all. But GG. Okay, so let's just try to avoid all those overpowered defenses, right? Let's just go for something a little bit more basic. Definitely not something like this. Maybe we can try against, like, you know, another tanky team, and let's just see how we face off against each other. Who has the better tanky setup? They have a Renzi, they have a Hyde, they have a Sally, they have an Everett. That's crazy. So there's a lot of sustain over here. Or not sustain, but defensive capabilities. Maybe we go for the Everett. Maybe that's not a good idea. I really have no idea who I should be going for. Maybe let's just go for the Hyde. So tanky, what the heck. Stun something. Okay, good, we got a stun on the gap. Okay, get some cooldown resets. I know this is a little bit counterintuitive by running an Everett with an Ahmed, because Ahmed will reset the cooldown of Everett's third skill, right? Which prevents him from reducing the damage that my allies take, but it does help every other Esper on my team. So that's that. So I think I'm just gonna go auto, aim the Hyde. Let's see whether you can get the Hyde down ASAP before he goes too crazy. Wow, amazing. That was good damage. Really good damage. Okay, we did it. We got rid of the Hyde there. So his setup is really good because it's really reducing the damage that we're dealing by a lot, right? 45%. But it is losing out a little bit in the healing aspect because his team is very slow. So if you want to run teams with Sally, your team needs to be super fast so that they heal themselves more often, right? But his team is just so slow. So that's probably where he starts to fall off a little bit in whatever that he's trying to accomplish. Okay, so let's just do one more point war against a speedy team. Okay, let's take a look at this team, right? So there's the Gaias and all that, but it does not have some of the key espers that I'm trying to avoid. Like, for example, like what I said, Ashley, who else? Ollie. Oh, wait, what? We are faster? Holy crap, we are faster and you have a speed lead. Alright, then I guess you lose. Okay, this is definitely way too easy for us. He lacks speed, he lacks damage as well. For some reason, his Gaius is just not doing a lot. So between my height and my Everett, I do see that Everett is doing a lot more damage. But in terms of tankiness, height might actually be more tanky because the more stacks that he gets, the more destructive he becomes. Alright, so that's it. Okay, let's just take a look at some RTA because point war is not really that exciting after all. So this might work if you have all these espers, which I don't think you have. You need to have height in order to be a little bit more competitive in warm-up, for example. Okay, let's go. Botog. Alright, so how I'm going to do this is I'm definitely going to bring in my Gabrielle and I'm going to bring in my Everett and my height. Now the question is whether I want to bring in my Clara or not, because if they bring a Tricky, my Clara is kind of screwed. So I'm in between my Tricky and my Clara. Okay, I think I have to go for my Clara this time around. So height here and Clara, because I definitely need to survive this Ashley here. He's going to go for the speed cleave. Let's see how it goes. And the HP lead from Gab is quite important as well. Okay, he's probably going to go first. So let's see what happens afterwards. Not bad, he's quite fast. Yeah, you didn't get my Clara because you don't have a strip. I think we got this, definitely. He's not going to kill my Clara. He's probably going to take out my height. But that's not going to do anything. And I heal. And now, GG, you are screwed. You decided to freeze my Gap, you should freeze my Everett. Here comes the immunity buff. And that's it. Check this out, check this out. One shot. Baby! Wow, 24,000 damage, dude. Okay, now this Lily is worrying me a little bit. Okay, he surrendered, sure. So what I'm trying to prove here is that running an Everett team is still going to allow you to beat some of the speedy teams out there. So even though he had some really good speedy espers, right? That was not enough for him to destroy me instantly. So that's where I think he shines a little bit more in RTA and in whole battle as well. For the mere fact that it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to destroy him at the start. But in point war, it's quite easy for you to have a team of 5 that can just nuke everything at the start and therefore destroy your setup instantly. But that might not be the case when there are fewer espers on the field. So as you can see here, his Liling and his Ashley were not able to one-shot me. And that's where he lose. So that's how you can counter speedy teams, by just making sure that you survive. That's about it. Alright, one more run. Tejinder. Okay, good, he's going for a speedy team, that's nice. What's happening here? Oh my goodness. What is actually happening here? I'm just gonna go for Clara because he might do... What? Okay, he's going for a Cleave at the start. Alright. He's going for a Sender Nuke followed by a Drew Cleave, but he lacks an attack buff. What? What is this setup? I don't understand what this setup is about. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think what he's trying to achieve is gonna work. Me straight up. There goes our defense breaks. Alright, let's do this. Defense buff, everything. Oh, you are dead, dude. There is no way in hell, bro. Check this out. Go to sleep. So tanky. How much defense does he have, dude? But this is GG. I don't understand what is the setup that he's running with right here. ReveKnights. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. He's going to bring a Clara, I'm going to bring a Tricky. Alright, so he's running an Ollie team with an Ophelia here, which is so dangerous, right? So he's definitely going to go for my height first, that's for sure, 100%, and I'm probably going to lose my height as well. I might have made a mistake by not including Clara here. Alright, let's take out their Ophelia. Oh no, I should have gone for the... What was I thinking? I should have gone for the Ollie. Oh my god. I'm a dumbass. Oh my god, stun stuff. Rip the dream. Oh my god, do we actually win this? Do we seriously win this? This would be so hilarious. This would be so hilarious if we actually won this. Get a kill here. My god, dude. You're dying. You're losing to me? What? Okay, so here are my, I guess, initial RTA / point war thoughts. He's not gonna be as strong in point war. So I've tested a few runs before this video for point war, but not for RTA. And it does seem like he is actually quite strong for RTA, for the mere fact that it's so hard to kill him, and at the same time he does a pretty sizable amount of damage. And his counter attacks are pretty good as well, so if you receive like AoE attacks and all that. Alright, so I guess that's it. We can end the video here. I understand it's a little bit long, I'm sorry about it. But I hope this maybe shed some light on why he's so useful, or rather, in what cases would he be useful in, right? So honestly, not bad, pretty fun. I think he works really well with height, as long as you can get both their turns up in the first place, which means that you might need a Clara, you might need some kind of like Esenata or something to push your AP, maybe even an Abigail, right? I think Abigail will be solid for RTA for this team that looks something like this. Not so much about reviving height, but for the fact that she can push the AP. But I'd love to know what your thoughts are, leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed today's content. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up, it really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now with that said, this has been Diary Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Oh my god, I went to go for my PT. I got it, Faye. Content time.